Hi everyone. It's been 9 weeks since schools in Quebec closed their doors. And finally, they have decided not to open until the fall in the area of Montreal. A wise decision considering that Montreal is one of the top 7 cities mostly affected by the pandemic. But since that day, QPAT and your local unions have been working to manage the ever-changing situation. Since March the 13th, QPAT has worked closely with the management of the school boards to collaborate and navigate through the hundreds of questions that have been generated by ambiguous and ever-changing government directives. During this challenging time, we are fortunate to have good working relationships with our counterparts in the English sector. As QPAT president, I'm also in continuous contact with our French colleagues from the Fédération des syndicats de l'enseignement, the FSE. And as a result of the FSE and our contact with the Ministry of Education, we have been able to influence and improve some of the government's decisions. I want to thank the union presidents who have been working tirelessly to represent you and be your voice. Since many of the government directives have been delegated to the school boards, your local unions have an extremely important job. They're the ones collaborating and negotiating on your behalf, answering the hundreds of emails and questions, and providing you with up-to-date information as matters evolve. I'm afraid the work has just begun. Last week, the CNE-SST produced a guide entitled Preventative Health Measures in School. I highly recommend that if you have returned to your school or center, you become familiar with the measures outlined in this guide. You can find it on our website in the COVID-19 section under CNE-SST. QPAT will be monitoring these safety protocols with the help of your local unions and teachers on the ground. Those of you who are in high school and adult education have found your workloads transformed. And since emergency remote learning will most likely continue into the fall, we'll be taking a closer look at the issues that are arising. It's not easy working from home and navigating through uncharted territory. Many of you are juggling this work with your family responsibilities. Personally, I'm a social being and find working from home quite challenging, although I consider myself lucky because my children are older. As a matter of fact, my youngest only comes out of his room at 2 p.m. Yesterday, I had the opportunity, along with LTU President Stephanie McLellan, to co-host a Starling Minds webinar entitled Canadian Educators Managing Your Anxiety from Returning to School. It was an amazing experience, and it's a reminder that each of you are dealing with this pandemic in your own way. Starling Minds is a free service offered to all QPAT members and their families. You can find more information on our website, and I highly recommend it for those of you that are having maybe a harder time. I just want to thank you for all the work you are doing, and I want to reassure you that we will continue to be your advocate during this unbelievable time. Enjoy your well-deserved long weekend.